Thomas Waddles wrote The Science of Getting Rich over 100 years ago, but its timeless advice is as applicable today as it was back then, before social media, personal computers, car seatbelts, and pop-up toasters even. Waddles boldly states the following about the advice in this book. Every man or woman who does this will certainly get rich, for the science herein implied is an exact science, and failure is impossible. Talk about setting the bar high. As if that wasn't enough, Waddles declares that this is the only book you need to become wealthy. I know at least one guy who would disagree.
Now, maybe you've seen my TEDx talk where I talk about how I read a book a day.
For now though, let's ignore that Tai Lopez perhaps wouldn't approve of the idea, and let's instead focus on the strategy that Waddles presents. For it has made countless of people filthy rich in the last century. Takeaway number 1. Money is a medium of value. Waddles states that money is an integral part of experiencing all of God's creation. To desire money is therefore to desire more of what He has created. Doesn't this seem like a noble cause? Some people associate the strive for riches with greed and selfishness, but according to Waddles, it doesn't have anything to do with that. Rather, the strive for riches is the struggle of being able to experience more of what the world has to offer. What money truly is just a medium of value. You trade value with other people every day. All these exchanges don't include money, but many of them certainly do. To become rich, you must make sure that you deliver as much value as possible to as many as possible. Also, deliver more personal value than you ask of capital value in return. Realize that how wealthy you are is often a function of how much value you deliver to your fellow man. Don't be like this guy. I'm a hardworking man. I've been going to my job and doing my duties for the last 30 years. I should be paid more. My boss doesn't fully appreciate the effort I put in. Nowadays, I see people online who brag about their expensive cars from their garages. It makes me want to puke that they earn more than I do. They probably don't even have a master's degree. Be like this guy. Athlean X, or Jeff Cavalier, is probably a YouTuber that you've heard about. He produces free videos about training with a primary focus on exercises in the gym. I'm a huge fan of this guy, as he presents a holistic approach to training and health. He has offered great value to millions of people all over the world for free, and today, he's wealthy. He's rich because he has delivered so much value that people trust his opinion, and therefore, they buy his training programs. This guy has provided value far exceeding the capital value he's been asking for in return. Takeaway number 2. Know what you want. You must have a clear mental image of what you want. You cannot transmit an idea into the physical world unless you have one yourself. If you were to text a friend, you wouldn't send him a bunch of random words and hope that he gets the message. You would type a coherent sentence, one that means something. I know, this might sound obvious, but it's nonetheless a critical step that a lot of people overlook. You must have a definite goal, a strategy that can take you there, and stay focused and true to that strategy. Don't be like this guy. I want to become rich, I think. Or well, it would be cool with a private jet. I'm going to become rich by getting high grades in school. Although there are other things that are more enjoyable than school, such as partying, playing Fortnite, and chilling. I love chilling. Be like this guy. Warren Buffett is the most successful investor of all time. At a very young age, he announced to his friends that if he wasn't a millionaire by the age of 30, he would jump off the highest building in the city of Omaha. His strategy of reaching this goal was to study the art of value investing. He knew that, to accelerate his skills in the craft, he needed the very best mentor. Therefore, he offered to work under Benjamin Graham, sometimes referred to as the father of value investing, for free once he graduated college. He has stayed true to his strategy of studying value investing throughout his whole life. For example, he's reading about 500 pages of annual and quarterly reports every day. Takeaway number 3. Picture that you already have it. Now, when you have a clear mental image of what it is that you want to achieve, begin to substantialize this state in your mind. When you invest quality time in thinking about your plan, something interesting starts to happen. Your subconscious kicks in and you start to notice things in your everyday life that you didn't do before. It's almost as if you're receiving awesome ideas from outside of yourself. Waddles refers to this as infinite intelligence. Be careful about what kind of media and information that you consume daily. You must stay away from opposites. They will only affect you in the wrong direction. Therefore, cut out any news flow regarding poverty. To become healthy, you shouldn't study disease. To become a great husband, you shouldn't study divorce. To become a great investor, you shouldn't study personal bankruptcies. Opposites will cause disbelief, and this is the most dangerous thought for your progress towards any goal. Don't be like this guy. I want to become a healthy athlete, like Jeff Cavalier. I should go to the gym more often.
In search of anyone who may have come in contact with the first patient diagnosed with Ebola in the United States.
On second thoughts, I'd rather stay inside. It would be so nice to have a girlfriend, though.
Stop. No.
Ella.
Christian.
Oh Jesus, is this how every relationship ends? I could never survive having my heart broken like that. Okay, but perhaps I can become a great investor then.
You know what, right now, breaking news here, stocks all around the world are tanking because of the crisis on Wall Street.
Never mind. Be like this guy. Conor McGregor is the first MMA fighter ever to hold 2 belts at the same time in the UFC. He's a great example of a person who has a clear mental image of what he wants to accomplish.
My dream is to be world champion, world lightweight champion in the UFC. I will be where I want to be. I'm 100% confident that I will make it to the top.
Undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world.
Takeaway number 4. Make every day a success. Positive thinking alone is not enough. You must also act. Do everything that can be done during that day. There's a concept called micro speed, macro patience, which is one of my favorites. It means that if you squeeze the most out of every day, you don't have to worry about the future. People tend to get this backwards and instead exercise micro patience, macro speed. They are super impatient about achieving their goals, yet they don't do anything outside of 9 to 5 to reach these goals. Don't look back at yesterday with nostalgia or regret. Don't worry about tomorrow. Live and act in the here and now. Don't be like this guy.
Yeah. Woo! Shit. Nice. Way. Phew.
Be like this guy. Jimi Hendrix was arguably one of the greatest guitarists of all time. This guy took do everything that can be done during a day to the next level, even at an early age. Hendrix came from a poor family and was forced to play on a broom and a one-string ukulele before he got his first guitar. Once he got his first real guitar though, the two of them were near impossible to separate. He brought it to school so he could play during recess, and he slept with it so he could play it the first thing in the morning. It's not enough to just act though either. You must also act in a smart way. Wallace talks about working perfectly. If you act every day and you work perfectly, there's no way that you can fail. A tip here is to stay focused. If you want to be a great investor, it might make sense to learn about the basics in every field at first to understand which one that you find the most interesting or profitable. After that, you must start to focus on a single area and become a master of it. Takeaway number 5. Focus on creation rather than competition. Everything is not a zero-sum game. The stock market for sure isn't, and entrepreneurship doesn't have to be that either. The key to stop competing with everyone else is innovation. Do something new or different from what's been done before. Find a new strategy for investing or start a business which delivers a new service to a new market segment. There's a great book on the second option called Blue Ocean Strategy, which I will link to in the description. Another advice that has a close resemblance to this one is that you should focus on something that you're great at doing. The reason why I state that this is related to creation and competition is because it's very difficult, if not impossible, to be a creator in a field where you're inexperienced. Without experience, you will end up doing what everyone else is doing, and in that, you will start to compete with them. Don't be like this guy. I have a great business idea. I'm going to open a hamburger franchise, selling takeaway food. It's going to be priced in the mid-segment, so that everyone can afford to buy food from us. Most of all, customers should be served fast. We'll have menu options for those who wish to add soda or perhaps some French fries to their meals. In the future, we might even add breakfast options. Be like these guys. Alfred Nobel, inventor of the dynamite, Sweden, 1866. Gideon Sundbeck, creator of the modern zipper, or separable fastener, as it was called back in the days, Sweden, 1917. Erik Wallenberg, originator of Tetra Pak, Sweden, 1952. The Swedes have truly had a huge impact on the lives of people worldwide, as you can see. Honorable mentions goes to a few other innovations, maybe not quite as important. Johannes Gutenberg, inventor of the printing press, Germany, 1439. Thomas Newcomen, originator of the steam engine, Britain, 1712. John Blankenbaker, inventor of the personal computer, USA, 1971. And let's not forget about Jord Karim, Jord Hurley, and Steve Chen, the founders of YouTube, Germany, USA, Taiwan, 2005. Usain Bolt will look slow compared to this recap. The first takeaway is that money is a medium of value. In other words, the more value that you can provide your fellow man with, the richer you'll be. Secondly, to acquire riches, you must know what you want. Be specific and formulate a strategy on how to get there. Thirdly, you can make the forces of the universe to work in your favor by picturing and believing in your success. The fourth advice is that if you can make every day into a success, it's impossible to fail in the long run. And lastly, you should try to create value in a different way than what has been done before. Otherwise, you'll risk ending up in tough competition with others. Now, let's hear it, guys. Do you act according to these tips? Why or why not? Share your thoughts with us in the comment field below. Thanks for watching, guys. It's so awesome to see that 100 people have chosen to subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Yeah!